Let's do our frets, guys. We'll mark the frets first, and then we'll know where the 12th is, and then we'll work on a feature 12th fret marker. I've got some ideas there on some marquetry. I'm going to use, I've got a really good idea with some resin. I've got some really good idea with some resin. It should make it look really pearly and shell-like, but with high definition, because I'll be able to engrave a really complex design there. I want to keep it themed to the board. Okay, that's all the frets we need. 22's there. We don't need those. We're going to keep those 23 and 24 there anyway, just for reference. Let's move down this end. 25.5-inch scale. Always double check that, guys and girls. We don't want to kerfuffle that. We don't want any shenanigans. You'll be happy to see the guitar case that I've got on order for that acoustic I made for Abalone Rose is a beautiful crocodile, brown crocodile, tanned crocodile skin covered dreadnought case, hard case. I will show you guys before I ship it out, when I receive it. There was a case that came yesterday, but it wasn't for that guitar. I want to get him the crocodile one for a few bucks more. Does that sound kooky? Yeah, the violin, they're beautiful. Yes, a new neck for Mary. I had a guy play it, wants a new neck. All good. We're going to do this neck for him. Hopefully we'll push her along and get her out of the showroom and into someone's hands. Now, given it's themed with Mary, I'll tell you what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking, there's the ground, there's the sky. There's that beautiful Alaskan sky. Now, you know Mary's in Alaska. So, and she's got some pretty cool looking huskies. Now, what I'm thinking, and tell me if I'm barking up the wrong tree here. This is our landscape. This is our tundra. I'm thinking 12th fret, a nice big wolf head with blue resin eyes, really sharp blue resin eyes, and a beautiful grey and white mane on the 12th fret. That's what I'm thinking. Yes, Lin, best wishes to you. We'll say a little prayer for you. I'm sure they'll figure it out. You're a tough little cookie. Barking. Not quite bark or howling at the moon. No, not quite howling at the moon. We could do a howler. So I was thinking more like square on, face on, just staring straight at you with these piercing blue eyes and a black shiny nose and beautiful white and wispy grey mane, like a white wolf, like an Arctic wolf. I don't know, that's the vibe I'm getting from this fretboard. And given that it's Mary and it's a theme, a wolf mugshot with the lines included, Tom. Height, 3'1". Menacing blue eyes. You know them. You come up with all the right words. I'm sure that, Willie, you come up with all the right vocabulary. I'm sure that Van Walen never ever speaks out of turn or uses incorrect verbiage. Thanks to you, you've taught him well, I believe. Ha! I'm barking up the right tree. Road Rash, I think it sounds like a deal a dealio, my friend. Now let's get this right, because I don't this Aurora lit up. And the other thing I want to do up here is put a little bit of resin and make, you see the Aurora L6 model on the right hand bottom of the screen? That's my Aurora logo. Now I'm thinking, I don't put the logo there, but what I'm thinking is use some kind of an Aurora overlay on there, just to shoot that Aurora off in the horizon, popping up over that horizon, maybe a little bit of color, something a little bit purple, something a little bit green. Not if he knows what's good. That's right. So let me think of your thoughts there. I'm thinking Alaskan tundra. I'm thinking lone wolf. I'm thinking sunrise at midnight. I'm thinking auroras. I'm thinking all that crap in my head at the moment. Think about that as we mark out the frets. I've got some purple heart that I want to incorporate into this beautiful ebony. A little bit of purple heart, traces of purple, just streaks across the sky, just to show that little aurora. Purple, pinks and greens. Yep, Road Rash, I reckon that's the deal. I reckon we're doing something with that. Something like that. Just marking out these fret lines. The board is tapered, so I can't use the square base, but what I can use is just the straight edge, of course. I'm not actually relying on the 90 degrees here, because this is pitched, it's not at 90. We're just marking these guys out accurately though, so we can get them precisely where they need to be. And I'm not going to make any markers down here. I'm going to avoid 3, 5, 7, and 9. I'm just going to stick with one single large 12th fret marker of a wolf's head, a little bit of color up here, maybe a little bit of color down here. We don't know yet. We'll see. I'm going to design it. I'm going to spend some time in front of Canva and come up with some graphics. Which is something that I've gotten into lately. I'm playing around with some design stuff. I'm coming up with a new, not a new logo, but a new sticker for the inside of my acoustics. So I want it to be old world, but also want it to capture my branding, I guess. I do like old world as opposed to modern. Although that's quite minimalist, that Aurora L6 is quite modern, that logo. I do want to do that logo in the 12th fret as well, on another guitar, of course. That little Aurora. I might even put that on the plate, engrave that on the plate. So that Aurora logo we might engrave on the plates from now on, as opposed to the old ones that have the name, my name. I do like the logo. If it's an Aurora model, because remember the Aurora L6 is not the Tellys, that's the T6. That's called the Wrangler. The Wrangler T6, and the original Wrangler I had, do I remember what I did with it? I think I've got that. Let me grab you the I'll show you the original Wrangler, which was actually a Junior, to show you what the logo is. I inlaid the back of it. It's up here. I think that's the one, or is it? No, it's probably not. Let me check. No, that's not it. I know what I did it on. I had a Western themed hollow body telly called the Wrangler, and that had a big cow skull on the back inlaid, and it had birds of prey all up and down, like eagles and little hawks and vultures, desert critters on the fretboard. That's at I sold that one. That's gone to a customer. So I thought I had it hanging up somewhere here, or a copy, or at least the inlay, the test inlay that I did, because I wanted to test to see what it would work out. It was Queensland maple, and it was black ebony inlay on the Queensland, just to make it pop. I don't know if you remember. I probably wasn't streaming when I did that. That was build number 5. It was quite early on, about 2010. There's no way I was streaming then. I only started streaming in 2021. And it's 5 years this February, guys and girls. The snakebite logo of Hetfield's Explorer incorporates 11, 12, and 13. The wolf head could... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Road Rash. When I made the Viking metal guitar, with all the Viking runes on the neck, which made up the letters of the person's family, on the 12th fret there was a large crescent moon in the shape of a tri spear or a trident, and that took up three spaces. Yeah, Odin, that's him. Odin. I forget the names, Terry. That's why you're here, because you don't forget the names. I'm going to just shine some light here because these faint pencil marks aren't the best. I can see the light there. Let me just change cameras. There, now you can see them shining as well. I can see the dots this way because they're quite fine. It's a very sharp pencil and they're quite fine. They do glow though once that LED hits them. Odin, yes. There are pictures of Odin up on the Instagram. Give us a like and a follow. Give us a subscribe on YouTube as well, guys. If you get there, go to YouTube if you haven't already got there. Look up Guitar Show TV. Give us a follow or give us a subscribe. It's free and it helps the channel grow. That's the one. Thank you, Terry, for the links. You're doing good. You're doing a good job, as always. Twelve's down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We can probably go there. A nice big fat head with the eyes on the 12th fret. We'll take up the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th probably. Thank goodness for Terry. Is that what you reckon, Dana? I reckon so. We're getting to the end now. Then we'll slot this guy